My name is Nicola Galvin. I am an Adult Education Officer, which is an AEO here in Longford and Westmeath Education and Training Board. You know, leadership doesn't necessarily mean that you're at the top of an organisation or that you're at the top of something. Leadership, people can be very quiet leaders and they can lead, you know, small groups but lead quietly, but people still know that they're very strong in their vision and in what they're setting out to do. My main role, I suppose, is to support the managers who work in our further education and training, which is our FET provision. So FET learners are people who have returned to education or maybe engaged in education for the very first time. So it's a hugely important area of our organisation. So I'm really happy that's you know, the main part of my role is to do that. It's a really lovely job to be involved in. I think I've been very lucky to work with you know, a lot of female colleagues, particularly here in FET, and work with female managers, which is amazing because each of them have their own skill sets, each of them have their own personalities, and you know, I could go into meetings with colleagues or with managers and I'll come away with something new all the time, and that's the great thing about working in FET and working with you know, women with strong leadership skills. And you know, I've had really lovely role models in my life, I suppose, looking back, even on my own family. And, you know, when you look back to maybe 2 generations before me, you know, the women at home were very strong leaders. You know, they did so much with very little. And they managed, you know, workplaces and families, and they managed all of that. And that's a huge leadership skill in itself. It's like the multitasking piece, I suppose. You know, there's a lot of fabulous women in Irish society when you look back at even we've 2 amazing presidents in the past, Mary McAleese and Mary Robinson. Like, they were, I suppose, you know, women who were ahead of their generation almost, or ahead of their time, and their vision was amazing for the country. So there were women, I thought, they are doing a fabulous job for what they are doing. My journey to this role in the organisation was a little bit varied, which is terrific. So I would have started off in my Leaving Cert. Wasn't quite sure what I wanted to do. I did a business and management degree, and when I left college, I suppose I still really didn't know what area of you know, maybe management or leadership that I wanted to go into, and I actually embarked on a training course which enabled me to be a trainer of IT, which was called ECDL at the time, and it was very popular at the time. So I started teaching older gentlemen IT skills in the evenings, and it was just an eye-opener for me. And I suppose, you know, it brought me down a path that I didn't really plan on, and I suppose it opened up opportunities for me, because going on from that, you know, the local FET centre were looking for an IT teacher in their youth provision, so in their Youth Reach programme. And that's where I really started a journey in working directly with younger people then as well in FET. It just opened up so many doors for me and so many opportunities. And, you know, and I've been on that path ever since with FET. You know, success and leadership can be measured in so many different ways, I suppose. Success doesn't mean that you've become a millionaire or that you're famous or anything like that. Like, success to me is, I suppose, where you've reached, you know, your own main goal and your target. So it could be a very small thing like finishing a course. It could be a very small thing like, you know, doing a journey or going on a big trip. Like, that's success, I suppose. So success is measured from within, I think. Some piece of advice maybe for any young girls or young women who are looking to start out on a management journey or a leadership journey, whatever that is to them. You know, I would say take the chance and take the risk. You know, going back to me doing a computer course years ago, which was a very small thing, you know, in the bigger scheme of things, but made the biggest difference to me. So, you know, I would say, you know, take that chance and take that risk. You know, it's not I suppose, easy to get up there maybe and stand. It's not easy to sit here today and do this piece as well, but you have to sort of, I suppose, put your foot forward into something and dip the toe into something. And, you know, I have a teenage daughter, and I'd like to think that she would say, God, it's a really good thing, Mum, you did that, or, you know, to kind of maybe improve life or improve things for us, or, you know, I think that's really important. And, you know, I think you don't realise the knock-on it will have if you do kind of put yourself forward for something, because it might have an impact on your family, and it might kind of make a better life for you, open doors, open opportunities. You mightn't realise that at the time.